left, because you're also going to have women that left brothers, right? That may have been a brother's wife, left. The Most High gonna make a lot of people believers in the last days, and I don't mean in a good way. A lot of Israelite women from those other congregations, they're gonna try to slither their way and come over and start trying to get with brothers in GMS. And we've been saying it for some time, but the apostle, you heard his video, and he was speaking in the spirit, man. It was heavy that he said that. Because you're also gonna have women that left brothers, right? That may have been a brother's wife, left. The Most High gonna make a lot of people believers in the last days, and I don't mean in a good way. I mean, they're gonna be surprised how accurate, that we were when what we said was gonna happen. And a lot of people gonna try to make their way back. Some people gonna try to slither over from other Israelite groups, women and men, but we talking about the women right now. A lot of these women gonna try to come over from other Israelite groups. And as Apostle Ricard said, we don't do that. If you've been with an Israelite man already as a woman, no matter what doctrine you follow, we follow our doctrine, which is the doctrine of Yahweh Shai, the doctrine of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, which is 100% true. And as we told you, women, when you wake up to the truth, right? If you're single or whatever, you're likening to a virgin all over again. But once you get with a man in the truth, that's it. That's your husband. And there's no such thing in the scriptures as divorce. Okay? The Lord don't deal with no divorce. He don't deal with that. So whatever man you've been with, whatever you hitched your wagon to, that's what you stuck with. So don't come telling us that shit about, oh, you got to build a divorce. You was with a brother in the truth. It didn't work out. Now you want to get with a brother. Hell no. We don't do that here at GMS. And furthermore, we don't want you. We don't want you. Right? You may have a situation where a woman says, and I'm gonna get scriptures too. You may have a situation where a woman say, well, see, my husband died. Okay, so if you was a woman, let's say you was with a group. Say you was with one body in Yahweh Shai, right? Your husband was in one body in Yahweh Shai. And you was with a guy in that group, and he passed away. Something happened, right? Now you free again. When you come and try to get with a brother in GMS, and we find that out, we gonna know you a bug out. Because why the fuck was you with a guy in one body in Yahweh Shai? Or any other group, when you know they didn't have the whole truth? And I get a feeling that a lot of you women, you gonna come over here from other groups, maybe Sakari, HOI, whatever.
And they're gonna be rejected. I want to start off by giving all praises. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakha Kodash. Double honors to my apostles, elder bishops here in Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the Lord's hopeful elect, scattered abroad. All right, I'm the brother Taza War from the GMS New Jersey camp. And I just want to do a quick response to the elder brother here, Manat Zakba, in this edifying lesson he did. And I snipped those points right there because couldn't say it better. A lot of these women, brothers done dealt with, women done left them, women done committed adultery on them. And they think they're going to try to come back, And like the brother was saying about the Apostle Ricard, when he did that lesson, he spoke on how women of the different camps, when they see that their leadership have sold them out and taught them lies, they're going to want to make their way over here to the prophets, the real men of the Lord. And I say that humbly in faith and through faith of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, not with pride. But it's evident, who the real teachers are of the Lord. It's evident who has the full 100% truth. It's evident what is the MOTB, all right, which is the micro C-hip. This truth is not a game. Now, what also sparked me to do this lesson, I saw my brother, Amawan Gabar in New York. He just did a lesson, and his lesson was entitled, Y'all Israelites think this a game. It's not a game. This is serious business. And your life is on the line. When you come into this truth and you pray into Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, you make an oath, And it's best to be sincere. It's best to be truthful and honest with yourself so you could be honest with others. Because the most important thing is us getting delivered. Nothing else. The Lord saving our soul. So I want to just touch on a few points. Probably not going to grab scriptures unless the Lord allow me to quote. But like the brother was saying, you know, these women, you know, you got women out here who, you know, left brothers and knew about the truth. And somehow they think they can go deal with other men. You're an adulterer. You know, you sabotage your own relationship just because you tired. You know, we all know how women are. You know, Solomon said, out of all men, he found one. Out of all women, he found none. So, yeah, it's kind of like less unlikely for a woman to endure. But there are elected women out there. And as we've been prophesizing through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai, from the head apostles and brothers on down, you know, it's kind of more noted that, you know, brothers are going to receive their real wives, you know, toward the end. Because these women are basically temporary. They don't know what they're doing. They're listening to the influence of social media, other wicked women, you know. They're very influenced by wicked women, you know. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to wind it back again because I'm losing my train of thought on what the brother points was. So let's back it up. Let's back it all the way up. All the way up. Let's see if I can get back where I started. Or maybe too far back. Or matter of fact, this is Apostle Ricard speaking. But brothers, go watch the video. I'm going to leave a link. I just kind of want to make a quick lesson. I'm trying to get up out of this house and get on to my business real quick. But let me play this video. Okay, Salakia, I was losing my train of thought and how I wanted to actually speak on a little bit more with these women. You know, these women are wicked and they are very influenced by wicked women. You know, they see something new and they think, oh, let me try that. I'm tired of this, you know, and then they try to do it on their man, their husband. And these women that they're led by are women that are actually clueless as well. You know, a woman that doesn't have a husband cannot give you husband advice. All right. You got women out here that will teach, you know, your woman sexual things and all types of shit that she might not have been, you know, aware of. So now your woman getting turned out. Another reason why these women leave their men are because they're not disciplined and they won't listen. They're hard-headed. Most of the time when a woman is separated from her husband, it's more than likely her fault because she won't listen to him. She won't obey him. She won't satisfy him in respect and order. So women wanted to have it their way. So, you know, like we were saying in the video, when that day comes, the Lord knows your works. He knows your deeds. A lot of these women in America are going to be rejected. And not only just rejected, but you're going to be put to flight. You know, you're going to perish for others to see that the Lord is with his men. The scriptures say they shall be willing in the day of thy power. So this is something for, you know, to take heed to, you know, take heed and stick with the truth. And the women that endured with their husbands, with men of the Lord, they're going to be rewarded. And you're going to be very thankful that you stayed and you didn't do the other shit. You're going to be very thankful. You're going to be praising Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. You know? So that's why it's important to endure to the end. Because you will be rewarded with righteousness.
All right, this video is going to be a response, right, in part to the video you just saw, a little snippet, about 5 minutes of video you saw from the elder apostle Rakah speaking on these wicked women. And then the video is a response to the elder brother out of the main camp, GMS Awakening, which is let me get the brother name, Elder Amawan Gabar. Okay, so he did a video entitled, and it was based upon what the apostle said. Watch out for these wicked Israelite women who are gonna come deceptively from these other Israelite groups. And I saw on the comment board there was a sister that had a question as well.
Yeah, and you know, this is for you brothers. Take heed. the camps here in Great Millstone, because you're going to have wicked women sliding in your messages or YouTube comments trying to get with you, and they were with other men when they start seeing this thing come to pass. So this is a warning.
And Lord willing, we'll address that too. But first I want to, deal with the premise of the video, which is when the shit hit the fan, when things go bad, even before the shit hits the fan.
And guess what? Now, this week I have got, went to a video, couple of videos, which they're speaking about Donald Trump declaring martial law on 4/20, April 20th. Now, it's all still up in the air. It's not, signed and sealed, but it's a possibility. All right. If you watch those videos, it's something to take heed to, because it can come to pass. Also, in the same miss, right? You got the stealth bombers over there ready to, shoot down Iran's nuclear capabilities, and which that right there is the act of World War III. All right. We know that these devils are going to go into or strive to, go into Iran and do their thing. But that's Bible prophecy. So we at the door. And what did Trump just do today? Brother sending me videos. The brother Kahan. Oh, brother, elder brother Pashai as well. Sent me it yesterday. Matter of fact, Donald Trump signing the executive order for the digital currency, if I'm not mistaken. Salaki, I gotta look at the video again in the title. But all these things are happening. All these things are happening right now. Let's continue.
You're going to start to see a lot of Israelite women from those other congregations. They're going to try to slither their way and come over and start trying to get with brothers in GMS. And we've been saying it for some time, but the apostle, you heard his video,
and we know it's through the Spirit as well. This topic about you women, Elder Apostle Tahar, for the past, maybe I would say 7 days, 10 days, videos randomly surfacing. Not just the apostle, but, but other brothers. But the apostle putting it out there, because if it, hit the apostle, Elder Apostle Tahar, it's go. It's a lick. That's the Spirit. These women are having a hard time here. And he possibly been saying that Isaiah 4:1 is going to come to pass. And that's Bible prophecy. 7 women shall take hold of one man. Right? Take away their reproach. Let us take upon that man's name. And 7 is a number that just means completion. So brothers, the Lord is really, he's turning the tides, man. We really here. Think about Apostle Paul. He said, what's that? Romans 13:11 or 11:13. Salvation is nearer than when we believe. So we here. And it's just a moment of time. Remember Habakkuk 2. Though it tarry, wait for it. It will surely come. It will not tarry. Let's continue.
Speaking in the Spirit, man, it was heavy that he said that. Because you're also going to have women that left brothers, right? That may have been a brother's wife, left. The Most High going to make a lot of people believers in the last days, and I don't mean in a good way.
Right. So for you women that are watching these videos and you got your husband, you better think again. You probably pissed off with him, upset, can't get your way. You tired. You want him to be like this and be like that. You want more resources. You want to live better. You got all this shit in your mind, and you against your own husband. You better think again. You better think again, because that is your ticket, whether you hate it, whether you believe it or not. You can't deal with another man after you done, and I'm talking about those that believe. You think you're going to deal with another man, especially a man of the Lord, after you've been with a man of the Lord. It doesn't work that way. When it comes to, real quick, I want to say this. You got this brother, right? And say this chick his wife. She leaves him and go deals with another brother from a different camp, from a different state. And she never tells these brothers that she dealt with both of these men. When the goings gets tough and Jacob's trouble come, guess what? Somebody's gonna die. And more than likely her, of course, for not telling the truth, right? But you're not gonna go on a chariot. You're not gonna be on a chariot where you have this brother the elect, this brother the elect, and then these brothers done shared this one sister. Yeah, you actually think you're gonna be on a chariot and this brother's the elect, this brother the elect, and then this one sister, she the elect. What and then what? And then this brother walk up to her, hey, wife. And the other brother, hey, my wife, we made it. You think that's gonna happen? The Lord said he's not the author of confusion. Somebody's gonna die.
Wait, I mean, they're gonna be surprised how accurate, that we were when what we said was gonna happen. And a lot of people gonna try to make their way back. Some people gonna try to slither over from other Israelite groups, women and men, but we talking about the women right now. A lot of these women gonna try to come over from other Israelite groups. And as Apostle Ricard said, we don't do that. If you've been with an Israelite man already as a woman, no matter what doctrine you follow, we follow our doctrine, which is the doctrine of Yahweh Shai, the doctrine of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, which is 100% true. And as we told you, women, when you wake up to the truth, right? If you're single or whatever, you're likening to a virgin all over again. But once you get with a man in the truth, that
right, the Lord winketh at your ignorance, and you're dealing with a brother now. You not dealing with nobody else. Technically, that is still adultery. But may Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai give grace, because if you striving in this truth, he winketh at your ignorance. You didn't know. Man, listen, you got women that'll leave a brother to go be with a nigga in the world. Like, yo, you got niggas in the world that will, look, brothers, niggas in the world will take your woman. They will take your woman from you. These adulterers. Your woman will leave you for a nigga in the world. Especially at a time like this. Especially at a time like this. That's why it's most important for us to just focus on salvation. As the Apostle Tahar brought it out, be more like a stoic. Because that's all that matters at the end of the day. And then the woman will ask for space, separation, so she can, deal with this other guy, see how it feels, see if it's what she really want. And then if she find out that it's not what she want, she calling you back. A lot of these women are doing this, So let's continue.
that's it, that's your husband. And there's no such thing in the scriptures as divorce, okay? The Lord don't deal with no divorce. He don't deal with that. So whatever man you've been...
Because you're supposed to become one twine. Here you with this woman for years, and then another man come in the middle of that and break up that union, breaks that spiritual bond that was given to that they tied together. He sows his DNA into your woman. Man, I can't wait. I pray y'all about you, mouth shall destroy you wicked adulterers, man. I pray. Lord he's going to cleanse you, you wicked Israelites, man.
Whatever you hitched your wagon to, that's what you stuck with. So don't...
And now your woman acting funny toward you. She giving you strange behaviors, attitude always confrontational. And in all reality, it's because she got another man's spirit on her. Another man, which she allowed. Don't get it twisted. She allowed it. So for you sisters out there that's watching and you in good case, better think before you make stupid decisions. And you brothers out there as well, because this message is for you brothers. It's for everybody, because like the brother title was, I'm Mwanga Bar. You Israelites think it's a game. It ain't a game. Your life is on the line here. And the Most High is watching. Yahweh Shai is watching. The angels are watching. And everything's being recorded. Everything. You reap what you sow. The scriptures tell us we all got to come to the seat of Yahushua and be judged. We're going to receive reward, whether it's good or bad. Take this truth seriously, man. And this is why the Lord allowed us to repent. You know, none of us are perfect, but, you know, getting to the kingdom is a strive. It's a strive, and it's an enduring thing. That's why Yahushua said, he that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved. But ain't none of us going to be perfect. So let's say you go off. The importance is, and the right thing to do is to confess your sin and forsake it, and push toward the truth and don't look back. And maybe Yahweh Bashim Yahushua will show mercy. You got to stick with the truth. You got to endure to the end. That's what this is all about. In hopes that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua will save your soul and you are part of the elect. The elect is going to get delivered. Another thing I wanted to mention as well, you got brothers who may have passed away in this truth. That's not going to lose their spot on the chariot. They're going to be going up first in the ship and meeting the brothers in the air that are left alive. So either way, man, you have to do what's right.
Don't come telling us that shit about, oh, you got to build a divorce. You was with a brother in the truth. It didn't work out. Now you want to get with a brother. Hell no. We don't do that here at GMS. And furthermore, we don't want you. We don't want you.
Exactly. It's disgusting, man. It's fucking disgusting. It is disgusting. Another man's leftovers, even though a woman that brothers are dealing with now, that may have, that, you know, she's not dealing with another man, it's still another man's leftovers. But at least the Most High could make it right if she remained faithful, you know. But for a woman to, anyway.
Right? You may have a situation where a woman says, and I'm gonna get scriptures too. You may have a situation where a woman said, well, see, my husband died. Okay, so if you was a woman, let's say you was with a group. Say you was with one body in Yahushua, right? Your husband was in one body in Yahushua.
Right, that's the point. And I advise brothers to watch this video. You know, watch it all the way through. Watch also the brother GMS Awakening, which is elder brother Amawan Gabar. All right, from the main camp. I don't know where Apostle Ricard lesson was at that he played, but watch the video, man, and take heed, you know, because Apostle Ricard is the one that set it off, and the spirit of power of Yahweh Bashim was shy with this message. A lot of these different Israelite women from these different camps are gonna start coming over here to GMS brothers because they see that we got the truth now, and a lot of you gonna be rejected. And like he said, I forgot his wordings, but what we've been saying, us brothers here in Jersey, you women gonna be rejected, and you're gonna be made a public example. You're not just gonna be rejected, you're gonna be put to flight, and other women gonna see it, and they gonna fear, and that's what's gonna bring other women in, and it's gonna also scare other women away, because they 2/3. A lot of these 2/3 women here in Babylon the Great are gonna perish. They're gonna perish. You so fucking wicked. It's so vexing being here. And these women are so wicked, bro. So with that, I hope you were edified. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakha Kodash. Double honors to my apostles, elder bishops, here in Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the Lord's elect. Shalom.